Coucou mes vies, welcome to CKUT 90.3 FM. This show is a part of a Transforming the Airways founded by Radio Meteor, a residency for trans creative of color to create their own radio show. It's your girl, Miss Dupré Latour, and you are listening, you bet her. And today I have two icons here in the studio. I cannot believe it. It's the amazing Jean-Sébastien Sénécal and Hubert Poe. Hello, guys.
Hi, baby.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Oh my God, you made it.
Yep.
You are here.
Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah, so I'm just going to let you present yourself so the people doesn't know who is Hubert Poe and Jean-Sébastien Sénécal. So go ahead.
I'll go first. I'm Hubert Poe. I'm a fashion, costume, designer, multidisciplinary artist, I would say. Specialize in costume right now. I've done a lot of costumes for drag queens mostly recently.
Work.
Yeah, it's very fun. I like to create in general. We do a lot of projects together with this beauty here. And we create a lot of good photo shoots and stuff like that. Like a lot of art direction. I love to do that in a lot of ways, different ways. So yeah.
Sounds amazing. Your turn.
My turn. Jean-Sébastien Sénécal, commercial photographer. So my photography is mostly, like I said, for commercial purposes. So I shoot a lot of portraits for actor or corporative stuff, architecture, and a lot of beauty and fabulous drag queens as well.
Okay. So for the people who doesn't know, these two handsome guys are in relationship. Can you believe that?
That's what they say.
How long you've been together?
3 years and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. And you are working together too. Yeah. So explain, tell me the story. What is the story? Like your meeting? When did you decide, okay, I'm a stylist, I'm a photographer, we're going to do this together?
So we met more than 3.5 years ago. Actually, we met in 2012. I was a model on a shoot for him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. for a hair photo shoot, which is pretty funny because it was a men hairstyle competition.
Oh.
And they used my very girly hair in big quotes, let's say that.
I mean, your hair looks stunning.
Which I found was very funny, actually, for this photo shoot. And then that's how we met. He was a very good photographer. I had a very great experience.
Okay.
Had a crush on him right there. And had to wait 7 years for it to happen.
Oh, yeah. Why?
I was very patient.
Okay. And why is that?
Why is life?
Other things
Did you have a crush to you too when you saw him?
Well, when I saw him, I was like, damn, this model looks good. But I think I just started my relationship with my ex at that time.
Yeah, around that, I think.
But so, it's just, he stayed the kind of people that you don't ask news on Facebook or stuff like that. But, when you cross those kind of people here and there at some point, 2-3 times a year, and you're just genuinely happy to see them. So that's what happened at some point. And the last time we met before reconnecting, it has been 3 weeks since I was single. So it was like, oh my God, how are you? I was like, I'm single. And it was like, really? And here we are 3 years and a half later.
Oh my God, amazing. And did you, when you said earlier that you were a model?
Yeah.
Well, when did you start doing clothes? Is it a passion that you grew up with, or did you go at school? Tell us more about the fashion.
Actually, it was pretty much around the same time, I would say. It was in 2012, I was in the industrial design program in school. Didn't really like it, so I switched to I wanted to switch to fashion, but I got interested in fashion because I did some modeling for school shoots and stuff like that. I've never been a huge model. It was just little gigs here and there, and got interested in fashion. Went to La Salle College, and after that I went to UQAM, and then other things, and then ended up finishing at UQAM in fashion and management.
Okay.
And then I got interested in costumes. Never did costumes specifically before that, but I was working at Mado, so I was in contact with drag queens all the time. And I needed, I think I needed like a year to just like process my all my program, my school. And started creating with my one of my friends, you know her, Petula Clack. We
Yes.
started working together a lot. She's pretty much my muse, so we started making
Aw.
costumes together. And then a year later, year or so, something like that, I was invited to do a show with Raw Montreal. I don't know if you heard about this. And then starting from there, I started having some orders from drag queens, actually. Not a lot of drag queens came to the show, but there was a lot of drag queens in my show. So they were like all very interested after that. So it was really great, actually. It was like a lunch without planning it to be a lunch, but
Sounds
it
amazing.
became my official lunch afterwards.
And you became that amazing. So what about you, Sébastien Sénécal, SS?
What do you want to know?
Like, where did this come from? Like this passion of photographer?
photography?
Did you study?
Yes.
Where did it come from?
Well, my first dream career was professional dancing.
Oh,
I danced for 10 years, not quite in a professional level, but quite an advanced level. And that's really funny because when I moved to Montreal in 2000, I wanted to do some shows here and there, and I started to dance with drag queens.
oh.
So that was my first contact with
Drags.
with drag, actually. And then after that, I started to work in clubs in the village, but that's another story.
Tell us the story.
But yeah, at some point, I got to a level in dance that I just did not like what was around me. I loved the discipline, honestly. I love photography, but dancing made me feel like a thousand times like more intense. But I didn't like the way people interacted and everything. So I was just like, you know what? Instead of like hating my craft, I'm just gonna switch to something else. And I instantly subscribed at Dawson College in commercial photography. And I got my diploma in 2009. So I've been doing this for the last 13 years.
But when you decide like dancing, and then you were like, okay, I'm gonna switch. What was the thing that made you like, okay, I'm gonna do photography? What was the reason? Or you were just like...
My introduction to photography was my boyfriend at the time. I don't know
Okay.
what's this tendency to create with my boyfriends, but it's definitely there. But yeah, he was a multidisciplinary artist as well, mostly in graphic design, but he was using a lot of medium to create his images, illustration, photography, and everything. And that's through him that I touched a more professional camera at first, and I was like, ooh, that's fun. And I just stole his camera for like many times and just went in the street and started like photographing like electrical wires and buildings and just super like simple and graphic stuff. And at some point it just arrived at the good time that I was pissed with dance and that I thought that I've learned what I could from myself in photography, and I was like, I just want more, and I need school for that. So it was a really easy choice, honestly.
Sounds amazing. And then actually you are one of the photographers who was always around drag queens. Like you are doing most of the outfit for the iconic drag queens, and you also take a lot of pictures. But you told me that you work at Cabaret Mado.
Yeah.
So this is when like you decide, okay, I might be interested to do styles for drag queen.
Yeah. It's very hard to tell when this started in my mind because it was always there for a while. Actually, the making of like costumes and stuff like that. I started studying fashion because I thought there was not what I was searching for in the shops and I don't know, if I go shopping, I didn't find what I wanted to wear myself. So I wanted to create it. Notice it took more time than I thought to make outfits. So it happened a couple times, but not all my clothes I make, so because it takes so much time. So I started working at Mado, and I saw what was needed there, and I knew I had some good ideas for that, and I had good friends also to do it together. And it started actually as a party. We were just like in his apartment with like they have an atelier in their house, and we just went there, glue stuff to other stuff, and ended up with cool costumes.
Perfect. So if I understand, your inspiration was actually drag.
Yeah.
but also your own style. Like you have a
Yeah.
particular style. So you was like, okay, this shop clothes shit. I want something special. Perfect. And when did you decide like that you together are gonna work?
Decide is a big
Big
term.
word.
It mostly happened, honestly. Like
We had this. You talked about this earlier. This.
But obviously, as
yeah.
two creatives, like getting to know each other, we just obviously brainstormed all the time without really knowing that we brainstormed. So at some point, we were like, we should do something together.
I just finished one outfit at that time for Pitchla, and we decided to shoot it. And it was like just right before the pandemic hit. We planned it for actually the end of March. And then the pandemic just hit, and we were like, we have to do it anyway. We still did, illegally. But we were only 3, so it was okay. And the photo is still amazing. I still look at it, and I'm still blown away by it.
Yeah, and we did that shoot, and we're like, damn, there's something to explore there. And it has not stopped since.
Cool. And did you have like working in the community of gay community? You know, it's not that easy. There is a lot of struggle, and most of you photographer and designer, you are working with drag queens. Did you feel like sometime like having like bad like experience or bad like you know what I mean?
I've never had any, I don't know if it's about homophobia or stuff like that. I lived it when I was younger, but not related to my job right now. I think, there's always struggles. Like it's big personalities and stuff like that. We have to deal with this, and I'm kind of used to it because I've worked at Mado, so I've seen it. I've seen it all. But yeah, it's not. We have struggles, but we learn from them, and I wouldn't say it's related to the fact that there's like this rise of homophobia recently, but yeah, it's yeah.
But did you experience out of your work like homophobia? You told that you have it when you were
When I was younger, yeah, because I'm from a very small town, and it was not easy. That's why I'm in Montreal now.
perfect.
Yeah.
And did your coming out went well, both of you?
For me, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I'm really lucky for that because I was in a really safe space my whole like young and teenage life at home and with like both sides of my family as well. Like so when I came out, like my mother like almost like outed me even before I really knew that. Like I wanted to go meet a guy and I did not really understand what was happening, and she just looked at me and she was like, do you have things to like verify with this guy? And I was like, I think you're right. And she was like, you know what? You trusted me enough to like share that with me. So I trust you enough to just go explore there. And if there's anything, just let me know. I'll be there. So,
that's cool.
And after like a couple of weeks after when I started seeing this guy, my mom was like, I told it to your aunt and to your uncle and to your cousins. And they were all like, it was about time. And it was me that was like, can you just like shut up for now? And it was like, oh, we know it since you're 2, like get over it. I was like, okay.
That's cool.
That's
Lucky
pretty
you.
much a super easy coming out story.
Like you, what about you?
It was okay. Actually, I have the biggest struggle was actually that I have a gay brother. So, and he's older than me. So he came out before me. So statistically, it was not going to happen. So my parents were very surprised, which I don't understand because I was very effeminate when I was young. I don't know. It was more about, I didn't do my coming out when I was in my hometown because I don't want these people to know that. And they know now, but like, who are they?
Who are they?
Who are they? No, my parents took it pretty okay. It was more about, I think the image my mother has a very special relationship with her parents. And I think she was feeling the pressure from her parents to like do the right thing. But for her, it was not a problem. And my father's the same, so.
Perfect. Sounds great. And can you talk about like the biggest project that you guys do together or separately that you already done and then you are proud of it, or the ones are coming?
Are we allowed to talk about that?
I don't think so, because we have really cool stuff Coming, probably. It's not 100%. It's in the talking, but if it comes, it would be probably our biggest projects together.
Yeah.
And in my career as well, like, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. And what about the past one? Like,
The past projects?
We did a lot. The biggest projects we did was the photos for Drag Race girls that we did a lot of them actually. Like I did a lot of costumes for them, but we also did some photo shoots because they want to shoot their outfits after that. We did that. We did that a lot. So I guess if we put all of that together, that was a big load of work because I don't know. I have 25 pictures we did for this or something like that. Maybe less, but like it was a lot thing.
Yeah.
And who was the girl that you shot? Like,
we shot many people actually. Well, this drag race thing started with Rita Baga in Canada's Drag Race season 1. Actually, like we shot Rita previous to Drag Race just for fun because Hubert made a couple of dresses and outfits for her. So and then after we did I think 3 photo shoots for her, we just learned that she was on Drag Race and we're like, oh my god, that's so cool! And then she came to the studio for a couple of photo shoots of our outfits going to the episodes, and it kind of started through that.
Yeah.
and Petula Clark, of course, because she's your best friend.
She was not on the show, but we still did some shoot. We actually have some still unpublished shoot that we did with her that are so gorgeous. It's a pain not to post them yet, but they're so gorgeous.
And who else?
There was Adriana, there was
Adriana.
Geometric, Suki Doll, who else? There was
Candle Gender, Pitia, Geometric.
Yeah.
Did you say it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, sorry.
Giselle, actually.
Giselle,
Yes.
obviously, yeah, for her latest last season.
I wish we would have done some of the photos with Boom Boom, but she had it for the photograph because I did most of her looks for the show.
Yes.
And I was very proud of these looks, and I was hoping for the pictures to be amazing. They were pretty good. I'm not disappointed, but it's always fun to have control over it.
Yes, I understand. And what else? Like you said also that you did drag queens. You're doing beauty photo shoot.
I'm mostly portraits at the moment. I shoot lots of casting stuff for actors. I did a lot of hairdressing competition and a lot of like beauty, like really makeup stuff for many years, and that's why it makes so much sense to shoot drag queens today. Because I like years of shooting super extravagant hair and super extravagant makeup, and then you put those two together with like a sparkling outfit, and there you have a drag queen. So it's really, those experiences really served me well for what I do today.
Yeah, and also I see one of the pictures that you post that sometimes you are doing picture out of the studio. I see an amazing picture with a red dress with a drag queen in a castle.
Oh, red dress.
Is it the
I'm
one
not
at
sure it is the red dress, but it is
stadium,
the
or?
huge dress, and she was like in the castle. Like I think it is one of the.
In a castle, I wish. In a castle.
We did one at the stadium, but
Yeah.
it was not in the castle.
We shot one of Suki Doll with a red dress at the Olympic Stadium. It's just like this big structure of like concrete around this photo. Is just
There's
gorgeous.
also the red dress for Adriana, but that was outside.
Yeah, this was a really interesting story.
White Rock Quarry was in Chelsea, but I don't remember any castles.
It's okay. And when you are shooting a photo, when a drag queen comes to you and say, "Okay, this is that I want to do," like, is that you in charge of like I think this outfit's gonna go with this shoot. We're gonna shoot it outside. We're gonna bring this to the shooting to bring the sensation. Is it you in charge, or you leave it to the drag queen?
It really depends. Like when they come, first of all, especially for Drag Race, they have a team since the beginning. Like they had a team, they had an outfit and a complete look built for a specific team. So maybe they have a specific idea of how they want it to come out, you know? So let's say for Adriana, one of the shoots she had was a sexy rock and roll, I think, for the season 2. And I was like, do you have any ideas? Or do you want me/us to provide ideas for you? And she was like, oh no, I really had this inspiration of crowd surfing for this one. It was like, ooh, this is so cool. And we just went with it. But it happened sometimes that they were like, no, what do you think? And we
The red dress, the quarry shoot, but that was already right.
She had a basic inspiration, and like I just searched for places, and I was like, oh my god, this place is so cool, and it just happened. But most of the time, it's
a discussion with the drag
the
queen.
drag
We
queen.
just talk, and then we come up with an idea for all. But a lot of them just they let us decide. It really depends. It's really.
yeah, and most of our ideas come while just brainstorming and saying stupid shit at night.
Yeah.
And
Basically.
how you guys are managing your marketing, because like a lot of people knows who Hubert and Jean-Sébastien Sénécal are. Like, do you have like something specific? Are you more on social media? Are you more, what are you doing like to make your work seen?
Instagram mostly.
What is marketing?
But but you don't post often, you guys.
Yeah,
I
it's been a
follow
struggle.
you.
You have no idea how many projects are in the box just waiting to be on Instagram. I just hate that
not-
process. But
But it's part of the process.
it is.
We have to get into it more. I think.
would-
We were really on a schedule at one point with Suki and Adriana and everything. We were posting more often, but recently.
Well, we
it's
had
become
a
struggle.
deadline.
Yeah.
When you don't have a deadline, tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Yeah, because like unfortunately nowadays like everything is going through social media.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think the best way to make your work seen is just like to keep posting, to
Yeah.
keep talking about you. Do you think it is something that you're gonna do, or are you gonna work with the more of the marketing? Because like you are doing amazing work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like this is why I was like I need to have them on the show, because like this is some level shit.
But honestly, I would love to have someone that knows this area better than me to take care of that, because like as a freelancer, you need to like do so many things that are out of your main like skills. Like as a photographer is what I do, is what pays like my rent. It's my main talent. But I need to do marketing. I need to do social media. I need to do accounting. I need to do like washing the studio. I need to do like, hiring people, finding collaborators. It's fun at some point, but most of my time is not necessarily always spent on photography, which imagine if I had like a couple of people around just telling me, send me your new photos. I'm taking care of this. Thank you. And it's just more time for me to do what I do best. Yeah. So hopefully one day this will happen, but for the moment I'll just try to post more by myself.
Perfect. And what about you with fashion? With
Same.
the design that you are doing?
I'm trying to get into. I feel when I go on TikTok, for example, I feel much older than I am. So I need to get into it and like understand a little more about it, I think. And because I feel like that's where we're going. I think videos are showing my stuff better, but I'm not used to doing it. So I'm working on like getting more.
But I mean, also you can be
used
your
to that.
own model, because look at you, like at the red carpet for the season 2, that dress. I just saw you. Like I think that was the second or the third time that I see you, because you came
Yeah,
to
that's true.
Drag Moi before, but that was so quick.
Yeah.
And then that was this time that I met you, and then we have like opportunity to talk and then to discuss together. And then you were wearing this amazing black dress, and like I was so gagging. I was like, oh my god, your dress is so beautiful. And then you were like, I made it. I was like, okay.
It was so chic.
Right?
I was very proud.
And this is so my style. So I
Yeah.
think like you need to
Yeah.
put yourself more in
Yeah.
the spotlight.
I thought about this, like making more stuff that are not related to anyone else, just making it for me.
For
and,
you.
For me, or for just like, I put it on a mannequin and just like show it this way. I did it a couple times and it worked well. So I think I need to continue doing
And
this,
even
but,
like for the red carp for the final of Canada Drag Race, you
Yeah.
wear some a jumpsuit with the trans color like the blue and the
Oh, yeah.
pink, I guess, like breathtaking.
thank you.
So, what do you have to say to people like to drag queens or to young girls, gay who are passionate about fashion, who are passionate about photographer? What advice do you have to them, like to make them be as professional and on fleek than both of you?
Just do it. Like, there's no like, from my part, there's no like secret thing, but just feel what you do from inside.
Yeah.
That's what I develop a lot with dance. Like when you dance, you cannot feel more what you do than when you dance, you know? So I'll always follow that kind of feeling. And even in photography, if it makes me feel something inside, if it makes me want to wake up the morning to go do what I'm going to do, even if it doesn't pay, even if it pays a lot, even if it, whatever the reason, when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, ooh, I'm going to have a good day. This is where I get my motivation. This is what I encourage people to look inside, and whatever the field they want to go through, professional, personal, family, love, whatever, if it's that feeling inside, just keep doing it.
The intuition.
And intuition, and enjoy your stupidity, like make yourself laugh. Like that's where we most like get our ideas, saying like our stupidest like fantasies and ridiculous stuff, and we're like, let's turn that into a photo shoot, it's gonna be amazing. So it makes me feel something inside, and it shows in the end result. People are like fabulous, you know.
So it's about passion.
For me, it's about passion, definitely.
So
Totally, like, and the reward in life is not always financial, you know. It's about liking what you do most of the time.
yeah, but it's not that easy because, like, I mean, to be a professional photographer, you need to have materials. You need to, and they cost a lot. Yeah. So it's kind of like a passion, investment, and also.
Yeah, but it's not because someone own $40,000 of professional photo equipment that he knows how to do something nice with it. And a good photographer can do, like, there's super good iPhone photographers. There's super good disposable camera photographers. You know, you don't. Yes, it's nice to have a base of like really cool equipment and efficient to play with, but a good starter kit can make you go very far with good ideas and like knowing how to do with what you have. Like that's what I've learned for a long time. Just like look around you and just try to do something with it. And it doesn't really care how it doesn't really matter, how you do it. If it works, it works. Yeah. That's it. So you don't need like super expensive equipment. If like what you see on the side is just like, oh, let's put that in front of the lens, it's gonna look interesting, and it's like a shitty things that like get some light through and create an effect. It costs nothing, but it's cool. So it's mostly about how you use what you have, in my opinion.
Yeah, but we have a lot of photographer. So like, if someone just wake up, like it's like drag, like there is a lot of drag queen. I think like sometimes you need to find something that you can be passionate to photograph, but I think you need to find something that is that is your signature, that is like the reason why people wanted to, okay, I'm gonna go to Sénécal because I need this type of picture. Like, how do you think like people can go find the thing in photography?
Like people, how they can develop that
younger, like a younger child, 12 years old, who's passionate in photograph. What is like the advice, or what can you tell him?
Well, it comes back to just do what you want to do. Like I did not think one day, oh, I'm gonna brand my photography as this. Like some business people, because everything you do in artistic side, I think there's two types of people. There's the really passionate about like creating their stuff, and there's more of the people that are more business and they see business opportunity and they try to turn artistic stuff into business opportunities. So you can start, if you're more of a business artist, you can be like, okay, this is like something I see that there's missing in this market. So I'm going to try to do something to like fill that.
Okay.
Or like me, I never thought of that. I was just like, I just want to do it like that. Like I like it super minimal, super graphic, like simple. And it's just my personal visual fantasies.
Okay.
So I just kept doing that, and since that time it attracts people, so let's keep doing it.
Perfect. And what about you? What about like fashion? What is your huge inspiration about fashion? And then what are you thinking? What is the process when you want to create something? Like tell us more about this aspect.
It changes a lot depending on the project, but most of the time I like to try something new every time. Like sometimes it's gonna start from a technique that I've never tried, or like I've seen something that was not done the way I would have done it, so I'm like, oh, let's do it the way I would have done it. And generally it gives me a very good I don't know, sometimes it's just a material. I just see something, I'm like, oh, I could do that with this material, and it's and I try to match it with the demand that some drag just ordered, and it really depends on the client too. If with Boom Boom, I was very involved with the idea. We talked about all the themes, and I was like, oh, this would be fun to do with this, and I have this idea that I wanted to try for a while, and I was sent some inspiration. I look at a lot of beautiful things in general also. Like not only fashion, but like in illustration, architecture, and
Cool.
Instagram is a big inspiration in general. I just scroll and scroll and scroll. So most of my ideas come from there. I try to do something that has never been seen before, which is pretty much impossible. But like I tweak it a little bit so it makes it new. Let's say that.
Perfect. So I guess we are out of time.
Already?
Yes. That was so amazing. Like, what is your ending word? What do you have to tell to people who are listening us? And what do you tell also yourself every time when you wake up in the morning? You're like, okay, I want to be this. I want to achieve this. Like, what is like the ending word in general?
I'd say be kind to yourself, and no matter what happens, good or bad, just welcome it with an open heart.
Damn. Okay.
That's my motto. That's my motto.
He said what he said.
I'd say follow your intuition. You're going to know if you're doing something great. And if it's not, keep doing it. It's going to bring you to something better. So it's knowing something that you don't like is a good help also. I've done something that I've done a project that was the goal was to make it the ugliest. So it made it. It's very interesting to do this research, and I think everyone should do this. So specifically this.
Sounds amazing. And last question, when is the marriage?
Oh, girl.
What is marriage?
Calm down. We share a studio together. We're there for now.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Hubert Poe and Jean-Sébastien Sénécal, for coming here. It makes me joyful. So thank you so much for being here. And we're going to listen to music, and then we're going to come back. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.